Good day to you, Capricorn. Welcome to Meenakshi Tarot. This is Meenakshi. I hope you guys are doing well. This is a general reading for you for... Oh gosh, I actually forgot the date. Let me just have a quick look on my calendar. Just give me a second here. I've got my calendar right here. Let me just open it up and have a look. I should have actually done this before I started. So it's for the week of the 10th to the 16th of October. So Capricorn. As per normal, please remember that this is a general reading, so take what resonates with you and leave what does not. And if any part of this reading is not resonating with you, please don't try and force it to fit. You must remember, these readings are not necessarily going to be for every Capricorn person out there. It just depends on the energies that are coming through in the readings. So if you're not feeling a fit with this reading, Capricorn, then please look at your moon, your Venus, and your rising signs. So maybe not every week will be a message for yourself on your sun sign, so therefore it's always good to balance it out with looking at other readings. Okay, so Capricorn, what's going on here? We see your card coming up here, the Devil card, in reverse, and let's see what else is here. But this is actually quite positive, you know. This is really, although you might think that this is not positive, it's like how you're going to, you know, perceive this. You know, some of you have been in this phase where, you know, there's a lot that has happened, and it's like this change season, this Libra season that we are in, and you need to be very mindful of how you're approaching things, of how you are communicating things. And the things that are coming up, you know, that's within you, things that have happened in the past, or things that you haven't dealt with, or things that you do need to deal with right now. So a lot of you are going through this transition phase where it's like almost like you are just like receiving news and letting things go. You are processing things and letting go of what you don't need anymore, and also coming to terms with certain things that has happened in your space and in your life. We see some of you have, you know, had to let go of a lot of things, had to also realize that in terms of relationships and new beginnings and new situationships, things did not evolve the way you would have liked it to have evolved. There was some breakdowns in certain situations. You may have also experienced a level of stinginess from people, from others. You may have also found yourself in this place where you just needed to just let go of everything. You needed to reassess your situations. You needed to look at where you were and look at what it is that you had hoped to achieve within your situations. You know, Capricorn, it's really, when you look at the cards, you know, there's a lot of like underlying issues that have been happening here. And it's almost as though many Capricorns out there is not willing to face the situations that have been created. I mean, you could be working very hard and finding it almost like a pointless effort because you're dealing with, like I said, this stinginess from people. If you're a business person, you're seeing people are not wanting to pay their bills or paying their debts, or people that you've owed money to, or people that have made promises to you are not upholding those promises. So you having this stifling attitude towards those closest and dearest to you, and feeling very burdened with a lot of the situations. But it's almost as though it's not almost as though it is, that you need to realize that a lot of the drama that you have, a lot of the complications that you have, is because you have created the situation. And once we face our truths and decide to be honest with ourselves, Capricorn, we look at our situations and see where we have created these problems, where we have placed trust in the wrong person, and then, you know, why are we where we're at? Because we did not make good choices. So I'm going to just draw some more cards here and see what is some more messages here for you, Capricorn. What is some more messages? Because, like I said, even though this is looking like, you know, it's upside down, and you know, when you can realize the problem, when you can face the situation, and when you can take responsibility for the part that you played, Capricorn, in your situation, then we can say, okay, this is what I need to do. So let's see what fell out here so smoothly as I was shuffling. Once again, it's really, there's a lot of, in terms of a love situation, in terms of a work situation, there has been a lot of lack, a lot of misunderstandings, a lot of miscommunication. Some of us have even had our darker natures, wanting to dictate and rather be more miserable people and negative people and creating these situations. And sometimes, okay, you're finding yourself worrying about your financials, not being able to hold on to the financial situation. There's lack of balance, lack of cooperation. We find in a domestic situation, not operating from a peaceful, loving point of view as well. And the other card that I had picked up there was, I'll leave it here, was the 9 of Wands in reverse as well. So yeah, we're finding this, that there's, what needs to be done. If you can quiet yourself down with, regardless of all of this chaos, and you're looking here at your central cards again, Ace of Swords here, 7 of Wands on the Ace of Swords, is that you have the clarity of thought to know step by step, and realizing that a lot of these situations that are happening are cyclic situations, are situations that are occurring because the reality of the circumstances is not being embraced and not being dealt with. The financial upheavals, the lack of moving on, the lack of not having the stability and the balance and the cooperation and the collaboration, all of this is coming from the inner self. You're needing to understand that you've given so much of your power away, and you're finding yourself stuck in situations because you did not listen to your inner voice, to your discernment. You could have got involved with somebody who was very smooth with their conversations, who was very deceitful and sort of like a trickster, a dishonest person, somebody who has caused your financials to be turned upside down, where you are facing this position where things are not where it's supposed to be right now, but also just constantly feeling in this environment of being stuck and not being able to grow, not being able to prosper, and wanting to close yourself off in a love situation and being overly concerned about your dependence because of the financial situation that you are in. But this is also because of a series of choices that were made. And even though you may be feeling as though, it's not fair, financially it's not fair, what's due to you, what was promised to you should come to you, we must take cognizance of the fact that decisions and choices were made, and it's now left you in this place where you are feeling like this. You're needing to make this change, Capricorn, is needing to go back and needing to fix. And I think a couple of weeks ago this had come up in this reading. So this is a recurring message for certain Capricorn people that are not dealing with the issues. Okay, let's draw some more cards. There's pride is standing in the way of dealing with your issues in order to move on. 9 of Wands flipped over here. There's definitely something in the past that you were a part of. And this is energy, the energy that we are carrying. We don't realize this. We are energy beings, Capricorn, and we vibrate on an energy frequency, all of us. Whether or not you want to believe that you are an energy being, you are an energy being. So you need to realize that you are an energy being and you are vibrating on this frequency. And so if you are going to disrupt your frequency with this negative trauma that you've put into your life, and you don't want to face the things that you have done, you don't want to take responsibility for the part that you played in your downfall, you're going to carry on tumbling and never having that turnaround that you need, because you have planted these seeds, and instead of, while it's still young, and uprooting it and replanting it, or planting something better, or just fixing up your garden, so to say, you are allowing things to fester, and you are having this situation, this continuous situation. So when you ask yourself, why are some people in this place where they are constantly stuck? They're stuck because they don't want to have the courage to make the necessary changes. Okay, there's definitely drama from the past that needs to be sorted out. There's definitely a family situation, a love situation from the past that does need to be sorted out, because the situation caused causes you a lot of upset, a lot of grief, a lot of drama. We see that. We see that you need to allow yourself to expand. You've got this water energy here, which is water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. We see that you got Aquarius energy here, you got Libra energy here. You have Libra energy twice in this reading, by the way. So you've had Libra energy twice in this reading. So you are seeing yourself in the situation where you want fairness and justice. You want this to happen, but you're not also realizing that you have the potential to be in a very prosperous phase and to move on in your life. But for some reason, you're not wanting to do that. You are stuck on the past. And all you need to realize, Capricorn, in order to move forward, because if you don't move forward, you are the one that's creating this drama for yourself. It's like you are the one that's cutting your nose to spite your face, so to say. You need to allow this tranquility and peace to flow within yourself and creating this balance within yourself. You need to allow yourself to vibrate on a loving frequency. Firstly, loving yourself, forgiving yourself, learning and acknowledging the disastrous situations that happen. And maybe you need to sit down with a pen and paper and write down and take some time to sit and think about what was the turning point. What was the point where everything got messed up? What was the point that everything just tumbled down and went wrong? And you can sit and you can think about what was it? What part did you play in that situation? If you have sought forgiveness for that situation, then that's great. But if you have not, then you're going to carry on like this. There's opportunity, there's bliss, there's financial fortune, there's new things that are waiting to come towards you. You can find yourself in a place where you can rise above negativity and drama, and you're having this influx of ideas and this prosperity of thought. And starting, because of your past experiences, starting something new that's going to expand your horizons and give you this, these new opportunities. But you need to allow your insight to flow. You need to allow your wisdom to flow. And you need to realize that maybe there's some things you don't know. And trust your higher self for that. And trust that there is going to be justice in your circumstance. Trust that things are going to work out in your favor. Not just according to the way you think it should work out, but, it is going to work out in the best way possible. And you have these new opportunities coming towards you. However, in order for that to happen, you do need to realize that you need to make some changes. You need to make some changes so that you can get to this place where these blessings coming towards you. So let's draw some more cards here, Capricorn. Let's just draw some more cards here. You know what? We only get stuck as we allow ourselves to be stuck. People don't understand that word, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I hurt you. And even you, Capricorn, if you need to say those words that I'm sorry because you didn't want to look like the bad person, you wanted to come out the winner, you made choices for whatever reasons you made choices, you need to be able to rise above your ego and say, I am sorry. Hostilities. Oh, goodness me. Let's see what has flipped out here for you. What has flipped out for you? And all of this is in reverse. There's a lot of your situations that are like in reverse on a constant here. So it's really what is coming out is this lack of understanding. And I mean, literally, 9 cards have come up here. Look at this. All of this in your life have come up. There's this, you're dealing with situations, okay, there's may not be in your immediate circumstance. You might have a little bit of you feeling stuck, you feeling disconnected, you feeling unhappy, and this is where this is coming from. But you don't need to be there, and you don't need to be at this place where this constant need for outside validation instead of allowing yourself to feel inwardly peaceful. It's the cards that are coming up is really pointing out to me that you need to take a moment here, Capricorn, to really look within yourself and to find your voice and to find your song and to find who you are, and not allow yourself to be dictated to by other people and to fall in line with other people and to do what other people are wanting of you to do. There's a lot of manipulation in certain situations. There's a lack of power, but there's also the opportunity to become more balanced. There is an opportunity to be more than what you've allowed yourself, to happen. It's about realizing that you've got to do the work. It's about realizing that you've got to find that strength within yourself, and you've got to find that peace within yourself, and you have to move beyond your own limited thinking and your own limitations, Capricorn. You are the one that's creating these fences and these rods for your back and these unhappy situations, and you are creating this lack in your life because you are setting the bar so low with regards to your expectations. You should rather reach and try your best at any given time. It's something I used to always say to my children growing up. Rather you try, I used to say, when you write a test, for example, aim for 100%. Because even if you don't get that 100% and you get a 90 or an 80 or a 70 or even a 60 or a 50, you were aiming for 100, but this is where your lowest you got was a 50%. Now imagine if you said, okay, I just want to pass. I just want to get a 40%. I just want to pass, and you don't get that 40%. So you go in with that mentality in your life, and then you come out with a 20% or with a 15% or a 30%. You see the difference. You see the difference, the quality of your difference. If you're aiming for the best for yourself, Capricorn, and even if you're falling short, you'd rather fall short aiming for the best than aiming for the least for yourself. Am I making sense to you, Capricorn? You need to want the best for you in your circumstance. So don't allow yourself to fall into the situations of manipulation, to fall into the situations that are creating you to feel, disempowered, that are creating situations that are making you feel unloved and unwanted, that you need to compromise your value systems and your hopes and your dreams to make other people comfortable. So Capricorn, you've got to be so mindful of what it is that you are doing and the part that you are playing with your circumstances right now. So be involved. Be correct in your decisions. Allow that moral compass that you have to be alive. Allow yourself to be, involved in your life. Don't just go along. Don't just go along with things for the sake of going along. Decide for yourself what it is that you want. You need to do that. You really need to take a moment here and realign and reassess yourself. Okay, I'm going to draw some more cards here now for you. Let's get further message here for you, Capricorn. Yeah, Capricorn's also in my chart, so I can understand how sometimes, that earthy nature, to be rooted and to be stubborn and not wanting to take responsibility. We all have that situations, want to blame somebody else and say, it wasn't my fault, it wasn't me. We all want to do that. But we have to take responsibility, Capricorn. We have to say, it wasn't my fault. I did not read the signs correctly. I did not understand what was going on here. I misunderstood the situation. You know what? And sometimes it's as simple as thinking, I thought you were my friend, and I didn't realize that you weren't my friend. Sometimes it's situations like that where you need to understand. Fast vistas, look at that. Expand your horizon. Surrendering to the journey. Finding sanctuary. So it's so important that we realize, Capricorn, in this week ahead, that we need, in order to expand your horizons, you need to release the control. You don't need to release wanting things to be the way you want it to be, but rather accepting the way things are, and really finding that peacefulness and opening yourself up and allowing your spiritual self to rise up and to direct you and to lead you, connecting with that higher power. You need to open yourself up to the divine intervention, open yourself up to the humility of asking for guidance and not thinking that you know it all. So it's so important that you just release this control so that you can really be in a better place. And you can surrender to this. You can surrender to this journey, surrender to the situation. Okay, let's draw one more card for you here. Let's see here. One more card here for Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn. Oh, what a beautiful card. Look at that, the cosmic heart. This is about devotion, potency. Make your life a moving prayer. How stunning. When you're looking at how the cards are coming up, it just like flows into telling you that there's this message here for you. And you're moving on from where opening your heart to your spiritual source, to the cosmic heart. Now, it's just reiterating that you need to surrender into a state of devotion, and so that you can allow yourself to flow with your life, as opposed to trying to create what you think it is that you're supposed to be. Sometimes, and most times, our thinking is wrong. So you are just really called to refocus your attention to within yourself and to the intelligence of your own heart, and to also just allow yourself to bow down to the reverence of your own inner temple, as opposed to outside worldly things. You need to just allow your life to be like a devotion, and living your life as though your life is the sanctuary. Your whole being is a moving prayer. This is how you're supposed to be. Sometimes, this card is coming up saying to me, some of you could have been feeling a bit out of balance. Maybe things have gotten a little watered down, or where you at in your space, in your life, with your dreams and your goals, everything's feeling like it's lost its potency, and you've really just forgotten what made you start doing certain things in the first place, why you wanted to be on certain paths, why you wanted to be in certain situations, why you wanted to be in this relationship or have this business. You've just forgotten why. You've forgotten your why. So this card coming up is telling me that you need to take this moment to reconnect. And you need to reconnect with your truth, which is really at the center of your heart. Not your ego, not that voice that keeps chattering all the time, but listen to the peace within your heart, so that you can get back to the essence of what you are about, Capricorn, allowing that inner peace to happen. There's always a season. There's a season for resting. There's a season for harvesting. There's a season for sowing. And right now, many Capricorns are called to look at what they are planting and what they have planted and what has grown and what needs to regrow, and allow that to happen. So instead of being lost and having lost your potencies in life, into your passions and everything, so rather realize that you need to live your life according to what makes you come alive. Live according to your passions and not what everyone else is thinking. You need to have that inner peace. Your life needs to be a living prayer, a moving prayer. So you need to make peace with certain situations, even though it disagrees with many people or a few people or some people. But you need to do what makes you happy, Capricorn, and what brings you peace and what gets you back into your flow so that you can move forward. Okay, I hope you guys have enjoyed this reading. Please remember to like, to subscribe. Give me some of your feedback on what you think about it. Thank you so much. Take care and goodbye.